I need to review, but I can't. And die tomorrow. I fudge. I don't think I can do this. So this week I am going to have a bookish experiment that lasts 1 week. And this is no ordinary week. I'm doing this experiment, this bookish experiment, on my exam week. The best idea I've ever had. So what I am going to do in this experiment is that every day I will take 30 minutes of my time to read a book instead of using that precious time to review for my exams for the next day. The book that I'm featuring for this experiment is The Third Target by Joel C. Rosenberg. And so I chose the most busiest, stressful, tiring week of the month to make this experiment. This book is about a journalist who is trying to uncover the truth and the reality of the dangers that ISIS is planning. Because as I have observed when reading this book, almost all the politicians, the president, the royalties are so freaking blind in what needs to be done and what is going to happen. And at least the Mr. Collins, the journalist, James, he is just being the hero. He's being the realistic but very rational character that he is to save people with his job, being the journalist, being person who writes stories which are true for the awareness of the human race. So, I'm not sure if I explained the plot of the book properly, but your girl is fucked. If you're going to ask me, Elia, what are you trying to get out of this experiment? Is it are you making steps for yourself to fail your midterms exams? No, I don't think so, I guess. No, I wanted to do this experiment because I wanted to prove to myself and to anybody who wants to read but are just so busy in regards to studies, work, social, whatever of the circumstances, that if you even just take a small amount of time of your day, like 30 minutes to read, will it really impact your schedule as you think it will? That is what I try to observe in my week of exams. So today is Saturday. I will start tomorrow. Not sure what time, but I will start at the time that I would use to review. If you get my drift. So I'll see you tomorrow. See ya. So this is day 1 from this experimentation. Night 1. So I'll be reading 30 minutes tonight, instead of reviewing for a Filipino examination tomorrow that I still haven't started yet. Okay. So 30 minutes of reading The Third Target. I hope My emotions are ready for this. Night 2, and tomorrow is our basic calculus exam, and I have not reviewed a single number. So instead, I'm gonna continue the third target and read for another 30 minutes tonight.
End is coming, that's what I read. I should pack up and leave, but I think I'll just stay in bed. If true love's here to stay, then what's that song? Maybe the melody's right, but I got the words all wrong.
This is the most unhealthy thing I've ever done.
Reservations, broadcasting from every station. Can you feel it coming? It's a new sensation. Under the sun.
Kumusta exam? Izel! Izel, paano exam?
Ayoko na. Mama, okay lang sana sa'yo na bagsak po ako. Patawarin niyo ako, meto lang ako.
Basic cal. Okay ka lang, Laika?
Isa lang lahat. Depress. Isa lang yung...
Wala akong na-prove. Wala akong na-prove. Amazing. Katuwa.
Ay, tapos na exam sa basic.
So, night 3. I haven't even finished all what I needed to review, subjects that I actually care about. But night 4 of this experiment. I have one exam tomorrow because almost 50% of our exams have been moved to next week. Literature and general biology were postponed, and that was exactly the exams that I was reviewing the night before. Amazing. It's amazing. So I'll continue with the experiment for the next 30 minutes with the third target. And so a book update. Again, this video should not have any spoilers, but maybe some minor details. Well, at the moment of course I am enjoying it because every chapter leaves me on the tip of my seat. Okay? I am so devastated for the main character, Mr. Collins, for what the heck he keeps putting his life into. You know? And then when you read his passages that he will go here, he'll be safe going there, he goes to our hotel, he goes back to his house, and instead you just get that simple passage that he's traveling back to his normal residence. Stuff happens in the middle of such normal scenery. And I'm always so crazy scared for his brave ass. Instead of reviewing, I'm doing this. Please tell me that my life is in order. But it's okay to tell me the truth. Most of the time. I'm not sure what to get out of this experiment anymore. For one thing is, I reviewed the wrong exams yesterday, but I was still able to give myself 30 minutes of reading before going to bed. And if I could have gotten a probable answer to this experiment if I was able to do those 2 exams that I reviewed yesterday night, but they were postponed. What I have observed though is that I used the 30 minutes for reading instead of reviewing for my chemistry or my physical education. That I could use the 30 minutes would suffice to what I needed to keep in mind. But instead I reviewed those exams the next day, the last minute, just before taking the exam. And what I learned from that is I feel very rushed, extremely rushed with the things that I have to do. I come to an understanding that I have a lot of time on my hands to squeeze in a short of quick details to review for an exam, because I did not use the time, the last 30 minutes for it. I used it for something else. And the next day, instead that I would sit on my chair in the classroom and chit-chat with my classmates constantly, or check on my phone or play a video game, I used that time to catch up to my review because I did not do that the other night. And as I said, it makes me realize that every minute counts, even though you're late or something. Every minute counts, and that's a good thing, I guess. It also proves that actually I can manage my time. If you call rushing for 20 minutes before taking an exam that you actually hardly know, then sure. So yeah, that was the 4th day update. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll be reading right now before going to sleep.
Welcome to Dubai!
Okay. It is day 5 of this social bookish experiment. It is 10:30 Thursday, and I just recently used up my 30 minutes to read the third target. I have reached part 6. I wish I had the willpower to continue reading, because at this point in the book everything is just happening so fast, and I just need to know what is happening. But I am so sleepy. Fuck. I have 2 more exams tomorrow. I have to leave. I have to wake up tomorrow at 5:30. At least 5:30. To get ready for school again for 2 more exams. Statistics and reading and writing. And then next week there are still 4 more exams. Observation, I guess, for the experiment. I am more focused, I guess, because when you read, you create this mindset of being more focused at doing one specific activity. And in reading, I can define easily. I can make myself stay at a focused pace for a long period of time, which is like 20 minutes straight, I think, or 10, when I'm reading. And as you develop that, as I have developed that throughout the week, I get to adapt that same focused pace when I review. Not for all the subjects, I guess for only selected ones, the subjects that I actually care about. And so when I review, I get to use this focused mindset when reviewing, and it works for 20 minutes. Sometimes 30 if social media doesn't bother me. Yeah, that is what I have observed. And today there was no exams today because they were all postponed. So when I was reviewing the other day, it was also for nothing. Hooray. Hooray, hooray. This is just great. Now I am going to sleep because I am not thinking straight anymore. Day 6. It's been a rough day for school and humanity. I'll give a more reasonable update in regards to school, life, and the third target. Peace. This week was shuffled with all kinds of emotions and unexpected turns. A lot of my exams this week were cancelled for all kinds of mixed reasons. And now, yesterday, I was just informed that starting Monday until April 13, my classes have been suspended. And I'm not happy about that. Not at all. It's because of this coronavirus that has been occurring worldwide this past 2020. So now that I don't have school for a month, I hope to focus more on the channel, but Wi-Fi to upload is also a bit difficult because I live in a rural area and signal is amazing. So updates on the experiment, right? The experiment. I have learned that despite that I have taken 30 minutes of my time every single night, as you have seen, I review every single night at very late. Well, that is late for me. I am not incredibly bothered. I am incredibly sleepy. I am incredibly sleepier. Why am I surprised? Another is that what I have observed was that when I take my exams the next day after reviewing, there were like aspects that I was not able to read properly because I took that time to read instead. But there were like consequences that I had to experience because I did not review that. Instead, I was reading. It hasn't dramatically made an impact to my schedule, my time. But as I said in a previous video, I said that my focused mindset was more present while I was reviewing than I used to. It is because, I guess, it is not only because of reading itself, like the action of reading, that keeps you focused on other things when you're not reading, or what am I saying? What I'm saying is that because I have given myself a specific schedule that I need to make 30 minutes, I need to make that 30 minutes time to read, I need to adjust everything else. And when I adjust everything else, I am much more inclined to finish something, to finish what I have to do. Otherwise, if I don't finish this, I won't be able to do this. For instance, also, if I wouldn't have made this 30 minutes time slot for reading, then I would just have all this time to review, right? Why would I start now if I could just do it later, because there's nothing else to do later? So I usually won't end up finishing that task when I do that. And I have discovered that making time slots for specific things that I need to do, desperately need to do because of this video, I would have to adjust everything else. I have to finish everything else at a specific time so that I can do what really needs to be done. I'm not saying that reviewing doesn't need to be done, but it's more of a choice. It's more of a laziness choice, procrastination choice. I have no idea if I'm explaining this properly. That is what I've gotten out of it. Oh yeah, and I wasn't able I wasn't able to finish the book because I'm a very slow reader. I was able to reach page 302 or chapter 42. And I am still dead ass scared for my first character. For the first character, for the main character. I cannot tell you any specifics because I don't like to spoil at all. But I have chosen the right book for this experiment because every chapter leaves this kind of plot twist or cliffhanger statement that just wants you to keep reading because my heart cannot handle that stress of not knowing what's happening. So this just kept me going, and it made me also look forward to my night because every night this week I just had to review, and of course just a bummer to think about. But at least that I know that there's a book waiting for me at home. Then, yay! It does sum up to positivity for me. I will give a review for this book soon in my recently read video. I hope this was I'm not that much of a vloggerist when I'm outdoors. So I tried my best to keep my composure as an introvert in doing this at school also. So I wanted to bring you with me. I am Sakina Vanessa, and I'll see you in the next video.